Today we're going to look at 4 things you can do which will naturally increase your serotonin levels without drugs. We're going to look at a study published in the Journal of Psychiatry and Neuroscience which discusses these things in detail. So why would we want to maintain healthy serotonin levels? Serotonin is a neurotransmitter, which is a fancy word for chemical messenger. Its main interest to us is its involvement in regulating mood. The higher your serotonin levels, the happier you are, relatively speaking. Antidepressants treat depression by increasing the levels of serotonin in the brain. Serotonin also plays a role in cognition, memory, and the reward system in your brain. The first and easiest thing you can do is get exposure to sunlight. There is a mechanism in our bodies called the circadian rhythm, which is regulated by our exposure to sunlight. An oversimplification of this is that exposure to sunlight during the day will help you sleep later at night. Ideally, this exposure should be done outside and not behind glass or a window. The best way to increase exposure is going for a 15-minute walk in the morning. Alternatively, you can sit outside in a nice sunny spot. The benefits of light exposure are even gained on a cloudy day. Sunlight is an essential source of vitamin D, which is important in reducing stress, depression, and maintaining healthy hormone levels. The next thing you can do is exercise. Exercise is better for you and has more benefits than any drug that you could be prescribed. When exercising, you release large amounts of dopamine and serotonin, which make you feel good and can even feel like a drug-induced high or euphoria. Physical activity helps counter the buildup of cortisol from stress or a long day at work. The best thing is that you feel these benefits immediately. I'm sure there's been days where you can't be bothered going to the gym, but after you go, you're so glad you went because you feel so good afterwards. That's the release of serotonin and dopamine. Exercise is also linked to better quality sleep and improves learning and memory. Maintaining a healthy diet also helps with increasing your serotonin levels. Now, I won't go into depth and bore you with the details of what kind of diet is best, because essentially, people need to find a diet which will work for them in the long term. But there is research which suggests that eating food high in tryptophan and fiber will help with the regulation and increase of serotonin. Examples of foods high in tryptophan are chicken, turkey, salmon, tofu, eggs, spinach, milk, and nuts. Foods high in fiber assist in maintaining good gut health, which can also play a role. The final thing we're going to discuss is a technique called positive mood induction. This is when you voluntarily change your mindset, focusing on positive thoughts or conducting activities which make you happy. Forcing yourself to smile or laugh, even if you don't want to, can help spur the release of serotonin and dopamine. This is a handy trick which plays on the chicken or the egg paradigm. Is it serotonin which makes me smile, or does smiling release serotonin? It's both. I'm sure you have all had experiences like this where you've pulled yourself out of a bad mood by putting the negative situation or thought behind you. Other activities that can help with positive mood induction are things like meditation or yoga, where you focus on being present and seize the moment. So in conclusion, happiness can be a choice. If you want to be happy, there are things you can do to naturally increase your serotonin levels. No one can force you to be happy, but I promise that life is much better when you are.